if you are calling unto God, are you actually calling unto the supreme being or the pagan god of the German? Let's talk about it. Boy, yeah, everyone. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening from anywhere you're listening to me. My name is Yanufa Oshundamila Haduni. Welcome back to my YouTube channel. If today is your first time on my YouTube channel, kindly from the bottom of your heart, click on the notification button, subscribe, share the video, like the videos. You can share it to your friends and family. Maybe they can learn one or two things about Yoruba people spirituality, because I'm not going to say African spirituality, but Yoruba people spirituality. So, ekaro, ekasan, ekale, ekurole. Tó bá jẹ́ ìgbà àkọ́kọ́ yín lélẹ́yìí ní orí YouTube channel mi, ẹ jọ̀wọ́ láti ẹ̀dọ̀fóró yín kẹ́ fi ìfẹ́ kẹ́ bá mi fi fọwọ́ kan subscribe button, kẹ́ dẹ̀ click on notification button kí ẹ má bàa lè miss gbogbo àwọn fọ́nrán tí màá máa gbé jáde. Ẹ dákun ẹ bá mi fọwọ́ kan. And to my existing subscribers, thank you so much for the love and support. I appreciate you guys. Mo dúpẹ́ lọ́wọ́ gbogbo ẹ̀yin tẹ́ tí wà pẹ̀lú mi láti ìbẹ̀rẹ̀ pẹ̀pẹ̀ pé ẹ ṣeun. Mo dúpẹ́ Olódùmarè nípanu ìfẹ́ wa. So let's go straight to today's topic. It's going to be short and simple. So if you are calling unto God, are you actually calling unto Olodumare, as Yoruba people believe, like the supreme being, or you are calling unto the Germanic pagan god? Yes, I know, because some people don't actually know this, but this is what we are here for, to enlighten people, let you know the right from the left. Who are we before the colonizer, before the colonizer came into the picture. So let's dive in. Before I proceed into this topic, before I expatiate to this topic, I would like to let you know the origin of God and Olodumare. So let's start with God. God, G-O-D, capital letter G-O-D, whichever body knows is God, the supreme being. Unfortunately, G-O-D, capital letter G-O-D, is not the supreme being. Yeah, I know you were shocked. It shocked you. When I realized this, I was also in shock. So bear with me. But we gotta talk about it. So God is the word God is used for the Germanic pagan god. Example like Zeus. Yes, they use the word G-O-D, capital letter G. There's nothing like small letter G, capital letter G to differentiate the Christian God from the pagan God. No, there's nothing like that. No point intended. I'm not trying to attack any belief. I respect everybody's belief. We just gotta enlighten ourselves to know what we are calling upon. So like I said, I will start with God. So God is the Germanic pagan god in the 6th century in German. So they have their own way of communicating with the supreme being. They have their own tools, like we Yoruba people have our own way before the colonizer came into the picture, like our grandfathers and Babanlawa pushing ba Olodumare soro to Olodumare fi bo ohun ebe won. They also have their own way of communicating with the supreme being. But when Christianity came into the picture, no pun intended, I'm not trying to throw any religion under the bus or any belief under the bus, but I just have to let them know where the capital letter G and small letter G, where does it come from. So in the 16th century before Christ, they were using God for all the pagan god, all their deities. But when Christianity came into the picture, they hijacked the name, the God, from the pagan people. They hijacked the name and take it for themselves. So they created the word, the letter, capital letter G and small letter G. Because if you think about it, in the Bible, if they want to write God, they write it in capital. If they want to talk about the smaller gods, says the Bible, they want to talk about the smaller god, they use small letter G, because the word God used by the pagan. So they actually stole the name from the pagan people. So at least you know a little bit where the word God come from. You can check etymology of God on Google. You can read more about the G-O-D. So let's talk about Olodumare. Who is Olodumare? Olodumare is a supreme being. that created heaven and earth, that created everything according to Yoruba cosmology, according to we Yoruba people believe before religion came into the picture. We believe that there's something above all our Orisha that created all our Orisha, that sent them errand to earth, is Olodumare. And Olodumare is the supreme being. I know they confused us by letting us believe that Olodumare and God is the same thing. It's just an English word for Olodumare, like God is just an English word for Olodumare, right? Which is not true, because I know some people will be asking me right now that, okay, what is the English name for Olodumare? Olodumare doesn't have an English name, right? Because the word English itself is not pure. Is they took all the idea from different people, different tribe, different culture, different way of life, and combine it together, make it English, right? So Olodumare doesn't have English name. Olodumare is Olodumare. Likewise, our Orisha is Orisha. Once we started equate or transcribe Yoruba to English, we have already watered down the meaning, because there's a lot of words in Yoruba language that you can only tell the people that you're talking to the nearest meaning, not what the word really, really means. I know you can relate with this. So Olodumare is the supreme being. And Olodumare from God, they don't have any similarities. Like I said, before you can equate something to be the same, they have to have similarities. Like 7 out of 10 similarities. Right? In math, we call it approximately, when you get like 59.9. So when you get like 59.9, you approximate it to 60, right? So they don't have any similarities. So I would like to compare and contrast. So God shows jealousy. God shows jealousy because, according to other beliefs, they made us believe that God, like the supreme being, what their so-called supreme being, is jealous of other gods. How come? If you are the supreme being, if you created everything, why are you jealous of what you created? Boom, right? It's common sense. Olodumare doesn't. There is no way in Ifa. I'm an Ifa priestess, an Osho priestess, right? So there's no way in Ifa that give gender to Olodumare. We would rather use it or they them, because Olodumare is genderless. But according to God, God have gender, because they always associate masculinity to God. But Olodumare doesn't have gender. That is one out of multiple differences they have. Secondly, the God, they are supreme. The other peoples believe God, that the so-called God, the supreme being, like I said, jealous of other Orisha, jealous of other gods. And the thing is, if you are the supreme being, the reason why I said it's not the supreme being, aside from reading etymology of God, but with common sense, if you're saying you are the supreme being, why are you jealous of what you created? Then, for you to say there's no other God, that thou shalt not bow for other God, that means you are acknowledging the existence of the other gods. Then who created those other gods if you are the supreme being and you're still jealous of the gods you created? And in other way around, Olodumare is not. On the other hand, Olodumare is not like that, because Olodumare created all these Orishas. Olodumare sent them to earth to create earth, send them errand. Olodumare was never in competition with them, was never in fight with them, like they said they should Satan. But that's not where I'm going. We're still gonna talk about that one later in the maybe in one of my videos that I'm going to put on the YouTube. So Olodumare, can you see they don't have any similarities? They don't have any similarities. Olodumare is not jealous of nobody, and Olodumare doesn't have gender, because there's no way in Odufa that associates gender with Olodumare. But in the other beliefs, they associate gender to Olodumare, to not Olodumare, to God. So Olodumare and God are not the same thing. There's a lot of words that we missed up, because there's a lot of words that God lost in translation, like a ton of words that got lost in translation. Because if you tell me the God that your colonizer your enslaver, if there's a word like that, that bring to you. They brought those gods to you. They brought G, the capital letter G, to you. That is the way of light. That is the way of life. Are you now telling me your forefathers, they don't know Olodumare before this colonizer? No. They know Olodumare. Even their life is even more better than our generation this time. Our generation still. Yeah, nobody's perfect. They might have their own flaws, but they are not Olodumare. Nobody is perfect. But what I'm trying to say in essence is, even if, okay, for example, you capture someone, are you going to show that person a road? You captured that person. That person has been in hostage by you. Are you still going to show that person a way out of the hostage? No. So that is simple. Your colonizer, your enslaver, if there's a word like that, people that want to milk you till you dry will never show you a way to salvation. Even if they know a way to salvation, they will never show you a way to salvation. They made everything that is black, they made it evil. Everything that is white is pure. Right? So Africans, especially we Yoruba people, because I will speak as a Yoruba lady. I'm a Yoruba lady, so I will speak for Yoruba. As a Yoruba person, as a Yoruba lady, we need to wake up. We have our own way of life. Why did you think you have to travel miles, spend money before you can communicate with, before you can go to the only land, which they say? So in your own part of the world, so are you telling me in your own part of the world, you don't have an only land in your home part of the world? You have to travel miles, spend thousands of dollars or millions of naira to get to only land and pray for forgiveness. No. Let us wake up from this slumber. We have been brainwashed. Because of how these people knows about salvation, they will never show it to us. Yes, we might be free physically, but we are still enslaved spiritually. Yes, we are still enslaved because we hate anything that comes out from us, but we love whatever that comes out from them. No. So try to read, try to ask questions. Let's try to, compare and contrast. Compare and contrast to have more knowledge about it. There is no excuse for ignorance. No. We have books, we have Google, we have everything. I know it's not everything on Google is correct, but at least you will have an idea of whatever you're talking about. Because all these people that brought religion to us, right? All these people that brought religion to us, they don't even like us. They don't like us at all. They are racist against us. They will judge you based on your skin color. They make you have inferior complex. They made you have identity crisis, like a lot of things. So we need to ask questions. If all our Orisha, if they are bad, if they are killing people before the so-called white, before they came into Africa, did you think your father is going to be left alone? No, they would have killed your father. They would have killed your mother. They would have killed everybody. If they are killing people if they are sacrificing people to all this Orisha. No, nobody's going to kill everybody. Like the way they said they are killing people. Oh, Mary Slessor stopped killing of twins in Calabar. What the fuck? Sorry for my language, but I don't know how true is that. But I'm not from Calabar region, but I don't think that is true, because us in Yoruba land, we have Orisha, that is the Orisha Beji. That we usually we do happy Orisha Beji, because we consider to win an Orisha. They are Orisha. So I don't know where they stopped killing Orisha. Yeah, I know some people will come for me with some fact, or go and check Google. This person wrote about that is that person's lineage. That doesn't speak for all Yoruba people. What you are doing in your lineage is different from what we are doing in our lineage. If you choose to kill a twin in your lineage, that shouldn't be all Yoruba people's problem. That shouldn't be my cross to carry. No. You carry your own cross, I carry my own cross. So please don't come for me with all these hula hulu. Oh, they used to kill twins in a Yoruba. Then no. Wake up, Africans. Wake up, Yoruba people. Wake up and claim the crown. Adjust the crown and sit as a king and queens. Sit, act like queens and king that we are. prince and princess that we are. So don't let anybody deceive us. Because if you think about it, someone just came one day and said, oh, who discovered River Niger Mango Park? Are you telling me nobody has been living in River Niger before Mango Park came to Nigeria? That's bullshit. Oduoya. Is that not, is River Niger not Oduoya? So Mango Park discovered River Niger. How? Where? When? So where are the people that have been living before the existence of Mango Park? So are they not people? Are they not humans? They are definitely humans. Exactly. And if you think about it, especially we Yoruba people, we've been in existence for thousands of years. The other beliefs just came like 2,000, 5,000 years ago. So are you telling me since before the existence of the other belief, we are not in existence? Are you telling me that? Are you telling me the existence of the other belief is the validation for our own existence, for my own forefathers' existence? No. Those people don't validate my existence. I've been in existence. My forefathers have been living. They are doing so good. If especially Yoruba people, if our civilization doesn't get interrupted, did you know where we're going to be today? If we are not one of the best country in the world, we're going to be like maybe second or third best country to travel to, So, let's wake up and claim the throne. Baby Tishaju, like Yoruba used to say, afẹ́fẹ́ ti fẹ́, àti rí fùrù ẹdìyẹ, like Jennifer. Jennifer used to say, afẹ́fẹ́ ti fẹ́, we have seen the bum of the fowl. Like they have let the cat out of the bag. Now we are awake. We know who we are before the colonizers. We know who we are. We know we are not slaves. We know that. We know we are not killing each other. Yes, we might not have because there's nothing like Yoruba before the colonization. Before all those stupid people comes into the picture. There's nothing like Yoruba. Everybody just bear their town's flag. But that doesn't matter. We all know we came from Ile-Ife. We have one thing that bound us together, which is the language. Which is the language we are speaking right now. Yes, different people, different dialects. And we are not a zombie. It's only zombie that goes in one direction. Everybody have their own opinion, Everybody have the way they want to live their life. So they might be a little, rough, whatever. But we are not the first person. We are not the first person that such will happen to. We are not. So it's not a big deal. If we can forgive all those colonizers. Have you ever seen any history about slave and see how they molested your great-great-grandmothers, your great-great-grandfathers, how they molested them, torture them like goats. They live like an animal. But that's not where I'm going today. We, the offspring, we need to wake up and claim the throne again. Let them know we are awake. Their rubbish is not going to work this time around. It's not going to come around. So we need to wake up, Africans. Yoruba, Yoruba. Wake up. Dìde. Kì í ṣe ọmọ ẹrú, ọmọ aládé ni gbogbo wa. Ọmọ aládé. And African spirituality is not bad. You just gotta get into it and know what it's all about. So are you telling me calling upon your ancestors is bad? If Yoruba man sọ kan wọ́n ní tọmọdé bá peku adájẹ, tó bá pẹja adájẹ, tó bá pààrọ̀ gidigba agbeka òbí ẹ̀ mọ́lé, which simply means if you are getting yourself in little shit like that, yeah, you might be able to cope with that thing. But when you committed something that is more than your capacity, you will run back to your parents. That is what we do in African spirituality. We are calling upon our ancestors. We believe in the Supreme Being because the Supreme Being was the one that sent all our Irumale with our couples. It emphasized on Olodumare. For example, we have Osetura. Osetura talks about Olodumare that sent all the Irumale, the 17th Irumale on earth to create Olodumare gave them an assignment, to fulfill. Aside from Osetura, we have Ogunda Borogbe. We have Ogunda Borogbe that talks about Olodumare. We have a Jogbe that talks about Olodumare. We have multiple Ifa that talks about Olodumare. Ifa couples that talks about Olodumare. So who is fooling who? We need to know who we are. We need to know who we are. And that's going to be the end of my TED Talk for today's topic. Thank you guys for listening. And I don't mind if you share my video or share my videos to your friend, your enemy, your frenemy. Either way, that's still going to learn one or two things about this. Right? So thank you guys for watching. Until next time, I can't say, but maybe in like 2 weeks time, I will come with another topics like this that's going to be like a wake-up call for us Yoruba people, for us Black people, that we are kings and queens. Don't let us act like a slave. I know they have enslaved us before, but that doesn't matter. The starting doesn't matter. The finishing is what that matters. You can start roughly, but finish smoothly. So far, you didn't quit. Yes. Only a quitter is a loser, if there's a word like that. But I don't know, Sha. But anyways, thank you so much, guys. Olodumare is the Olodumare God. It's not Olodumare and God. It's not the supreme being. Real.